Okay, so the modeling part of Jack is finished, and now what we want to do is create the UV maps. So I want to create the UV map for the head, because we want to have these. We want to draw in these. That we see here also. So we are gonna need a UV map for that. So I'm just gonna select this. Okay, and go into hide unselected, because that's the only thing that we are going to need. And going to wireframe shade. Now the first thing that we want to do is add a plugin. Go under utilities and add plugins. It's called plugin make UV edit. So just double click on it, and it's going to go there. Now it's a very useful plugin. I like to have it in my menu layout. So go under edit menu layout, and we're gonna search it. Type in UV. Here it is, and here are our vertex maps, and just drag it there. That is done, and now we have it here. So we want to just go here and make sure this is on subpatch. Call this Jack head, and just create whatever. Doesn't matter, because now we're gonna go into plugin. Activate that plugin, press N for numeric. We see here our UV map that we created, that we're gonna use as a base. Now I'm just gonna go here, and here you select whether you want to use edges or points. I prefer points, so just press here for the starting point. Press Control and just select. Now you don't have to select each point. You can go like this. We'll take the shortest route. Take the shortest route. So remember to keep this pressed. So I just want to go here. Yeah, we can add this one as well. Doesn't really matter, because we are not gonna be using it. So if I press here, it's just gonna go all the way around. And let's leave it some space to breathe here. So now just go under make UVs. Sometimes it's like this, so you have to just click and drag it down to reveal the whole thing. Now let's just go and make UVs, and here's our UV map. I wanted to show that part in real time. Now again, we are a little bit speedier right now, and I wanted you to see how to add this plugin and how to work with it, because we're going to use this plugin to create all of the other UV maps. And right now I'm just putting hands in another layer, because we're not going to make UV maps for those, but we are going to make a UV map for Jack's suit. And the same thing with the button. Now, I had to close up those two polygons I did delete. I forgot to close that up. Now, as far as the part of the suit that's hidden, we're not going to bother with that. But for this area here, definitely should close that up. So I'm just hiding everything that's going to cloud my vision of this geometry here. So we have a nice view for what we need to close up. So I'm just extruding this. And again, doing the same thing. Weld those points up. that's what we have, but I kind of want it to be turning this way. So it's just a kind of give and take, to see what's going to look the best. Wasn't really happy with the way that was looking. Now I'm just thinking of welding this geometry here. And yeah, nice, perfect. Pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to leave it like it is. Going to wireframe shade, unhide everything, and continue where we left off. A little bit of a little tweaking here, just to adjust this to end a little bit better. It's a quick touch-up. I know I did say we finished with the modeling, but as you go along, you notice a little something got past you before, and yeah, that's a little change. Happy with that. I have that looks, and we can go on with our texturing. So I'm just kind of looking at this suit, deciding to split it in 3 parts. One is the arms, another is the collar, and the third part is the body of the jacket. It's kind of also the way these stripes are going. Freeing up a little bit of layers there, and using our selection for the arm. Just going to add a bit, one more edge loop to our selection of the arm. And that's one hand. And I'm going to put that in a separate layer and basically do the same thing with the other hand as well. So that's kind of a natural, seam point for the suit, and it's okay to have the seam there as well with our texture. And now we just have to select the color as well. Just kind of looking at it, how I'm going to go about that and doing that. And I just decided to go and select it by hand. I was looking at maybe to use select loop, but it is going to kind of continue to the other part if we want with the select loop. So just selecting it manually like this, and we can just cut and paste into another layer our selection. And it's a good thing to do this before you select everything, because in Lightwave there's no undo for selection. So if you kind of make a nice selection and then accidentally lose your selection by clicking on the left empty area of your tools bar, you're going to lose your selection. You cannot undo that, and I'm going to have to go through the thing again. So that's why I can just cut that and pasted it over there, even though I didn't finish with the whole selection. And right now, just finishing it up. So just kind of go around and select this. So I'll just cut and paste here, and then you can easily see the polygons that were left behind. So just cutting and pasting. And yeah, take a good look to see if anything is left behind. And just go and merge all of those points together, because when you cut and paste, they're not merged anymore. Okay, so I did decide to have this tail as well in a separate layer. But before that, I'm just deleting these straight points. You can see that there are 0 polygon points. That means they're not connected to any polygon. So we can just delete them. And once we have put the tails in another layer, we're going to create a UV texture map called jacket body. And using our Make UVs plugin, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the Jack's head. So I decided to put the seam there in the back, where it's going to be least visible. But the thing that I did warn you not to happen, happened to me. So we just have to remove this polygon from our UV map once I returned it in the layer it was supposed to be. And the best way to do that, I'm just kind of looking at my options. The best thing to do that is just to clear map. Select that polygon and press clear map, and it's going to be removed from your map. And yeah, that is that. It's a nice UV map. And now I want to go and work on the UV map for the tails. So let's hide unselected, and go into subpatch. Make sure your UV map is subpatched for all your UV maps. And I'm just going to go and activate our plugin. Now the thing that I'm doing here is just kind of selecting just this middle line that's splitting our tails into the front side and the back side of the tails. And I'm kind of going all the way from one side to another side. And yeah, it's quite tedious work, so I sped things up, speeded up the video now. And yeah, once I did that, I really wasn't happy with what I was getting as far as the UV map goes. But I thought it's the back of the Jack model, and it's not going to be seen in our render, so I just left it like that. But throughout the tutorial, it was kind of bugging me. I really wasn't happy with it. So at the very end of the tutorial, I did decide to change to make that UV map again. And yeah, so if you don't want to go through this process yourself, no need there. But one thing that you do need to have is to have this front side of the tail polygons and the back side of the tail polygons separated either in like in two surfaces, so you can select them easily, because that's what I'm going to use later on when I create this UV map. And yeah, now right now I'm almost there to the finish line. And what you're going to see is this is effectively going to separate in the UV map these tails into two parts, and you can see them there. One are the front polygons, and the other are the back polygons of the tails. And this is what you're going to have when later I create this UV map again. And so right now I'm just looking which one of these two is the front side, because only the front side is going to have those stripes. So that's the only side that's actually going to be UV mapped. This, backside just kind of made small and put it in a corner. And just changing the side so that this takes a bit more of the UV space real estate. And adjusting it a little bit more to be again more compact, more practical also to draw on. And during this process, and these few polygons were left behind, but they're really small, not so visible, so I decided to just put them there as well, not bother with that too much. Again, while creating this UV map, I did have in my mind that this is the side of the model that's really not going to be seen, so I didn't give it too much thought. The final render, you don't see the back of this side of the tails. So yeah, I left that as it is and went on to create the UV map for the arm. So it's the same process. Create a UV map, make sure it's subpatched, and let's go into our Make UVs plugin and create a seam that goes like here. One thing that you want to deactivate in the Make UVs plugin is divide by surface. If you have that, he's going to make a seam also where the two surfaces meet, and yeah, you want to avoid that. So you have that option in the Make UVs. You can see divide by surface. You want that to be turned off. And yeah, just go through the left arm and the right arm, create a seam as I did over there, and you're going to get a nice UV map. Now we're going to make a UV map for a color. So yeah, create a new UV map. And one thing you should be mindful is, of course, that your subpatch interpolation is set from linear to subpatch. That's going to make your UV map react when you go from polygon mode to subpatch mode. Again, go select the points. And sometimes if the polygons are, even if you're in wireframe, they're facing the other way, so you're not going to be able to select it. So you just have to kind of maneuver to the other side and click on that other side to select it. And especially if double-sided is turned on, you're not going to see that. But so once we make a seam there, just create Make UVs, and it's going to create a nice UV map for you. It's a very nice plugin. I like it very much. It really allows us to quickly create a UV map. But what happened here is I didn't go out of the tool by pressing space or by pressing the polygon or edges. So if you don't do that, your UV map is going to disappear. So you have to press, you have to deactivate the tool by pressing points or edges or polygons or whatever. Otherwise, you are going to lose that UV map. So once you create it, once you press Make UV map and you're happy with the UV map, just deactivate the tool by pressing points, edges, or polygons. And yeah, going now to the bow tie. Again, the same process, just creating a UV map. Doesn't matter how it looks. It's just a base UV map that we're going to use to create our UV map by Make UV Maps plugin. Again, make a seam there and just press Make UV. It's as simple as that. Right now I dropped into real-time speed again, just to show you one interesting situation. Of course, when you're using plugins and stuff like that, you're never, there's always a danger of light wave crashing. there's always a danger of Lightwave crashing, you know, and any other software that you're using, and it happened to me right here. But do not despair. You can go into, you know, File and press Save, and it is going to save your model, and then you can go back and just, you know, press whether you want to send a repair port, yes or no. Once you press it, Lightwave is going to crash, and that'll be that. But before that, you can go into File and you can press Save. And I cannot tell you how, you know, relieved I was when a colleague of mine actually came to this revelation. Once Lightwave crashed, he, you know, out of desperation, just tried to go into File and Save, and it worked. And yeah, most of the time it is going to work. So that's a neat trick right there, in case, you know, Lightwave crashes. And now back into a little bit more speedy mode. So, yeah, again, the same thing. Again, make sure that this divided by surface is off. If it's not off, it's going to, you know, add another subdivision that will be based on surface rather than your scene. And we don't want that. At least we don't want it in this case. And I did decide to put the seam here because I wanted those stripes that go along Jack's leg to be continuous all the way from the bottom to the hip area. And yeah, I'm just kind of checking that out just to see if those polygons, you know, straight polygons that I have are going all the way from the Jack's feet up, because as you can see on our reference image, that's what the situation is. So I didn't want to make you know, a cut where his hips end and the leg begin. I wanted kind of to have that straight line that I really like in the pants. And yeah, that's the UV map for the pants. And now the only thing that's left is to create the UV maps of our environment. And that's what we're going to do in the next session.